Good morning. This is the season of Thanksgiving, where we give thanks for all of the blessings that we have. It's the culturally appropriate time set aside for us to notice the fact that we are living in the richest country in the world and that our problems are all first world problems and that we have a lot going on for us in this life. But I'm looking at this idea of why we give. Why do we give thanks? Why are we moving that sense of gratitude out through us? Why aren't we just hermits who alienate ourselves from everybody and just try to get whatever we can in life? Why are we taking? Why aren't we taking and not giving out into life? How does that work? What is it about that? And what I've learned is that if we find our way through life by taking, then we get the effect of that cause, which is to lose things in our life. Because whatever you put out is going to come back to you. You are the cause to your effect. What goes around comes around, however you want to describe that. If you have an idea that I'm going to get mine before somebody else gets it, then we're going to end up actually losing in life. But when we look at giving, we set a completely different cause in motion. Not only that, but we become better people because of that. If we can give ourselves to something greater than who we are individually, we attach ourselves to a higher vibration, to a higher consciousness, to a higher cause. We align ourselves with something greater than how we feel or who we are individually. And on this Veterans Day, how appropriate it is to look at the idea of actually giving years of service or giving this particular life on planet Earth to that higher cause, whatever it is. I know that there are lots of... Am I sounding funny? Yeah, I'm sounding a little funny. I know that there are people who weren't drafted, who signed up to go and to be for something. Ernest said, show me one person who is for something and against nothing, and I will show you a new savior, someone who can change the world. That there are people who showed up to be for something and to put themselves in harm's way to protect a greater idea. And I don't know what your political viewpoints are about our country right now, but I believe this is the greatest country in the world. We are the first and only democracy, and we may still be working it out, but we hold a vision that says each and every person is important, has a say in what's going on, and can go as far as they can in this world. We have people marching across continents to try to be a part of what we were, most of us, born into. And so the fact that there are people who said, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to give my life to that greater idea called the United States of America touches me deeply. And whether or not those people transitioned in that experience, or whether or not they retired from that experience, they gave their life to it. Whoever came back from that experience in service was not the person who left for it. And there are other ways that you can give to a higher idea. It does not have to be a military thing. It doesn't have to be standing in front of a bullet. The people who go in front of bullets, the people who run into burning buildings, the people who run toward the bullets instead of running away from them. I stand in awe of that level of courage and commitment to a higher ideal. And I know that for this center, I feel like I have given my life to this center. It's been almost 25 years since we started it in our living room, and I have given it all I've got for an idea that says there is something greater for me to align myself with. I know that when John went off to be president, and to work for the integration of United Centers and Religious Science International or international centers, and to do all of the work that brought that greater idea about. He gave a lot up to do that. He gave up a decade to immerse himself in creating something that would be stable and stronger to bring the light of truth into this world. I think that there are higher causes than whether or not we got a new car. I'm all about the new car. But don't limit yourself there. Do you know there are some people who think that the science of mind is just about getting stuff? That is such a base use of this teaching. We want to get. We absolutely want to get, because you can't be focused on a higher ideal if you can't pay your mortgage and if you can't buy food for yourself or put gas in your car. We absolutely want to have our needs met and have them met abundantly. But we want to go somewhere farther than that. Why do we give? Why do we give when there's a hurricane? Why do we text this number? Why do we give blood when there's a disaster? Why is it then when often someone's on the side of the road with a sign, do we slow down and hand something out? There's all kinds of reasons to not give. But I have found that those reasons put me in a limited environment for my life. And I don't want to be limited. I wrote that treatment for freedom over 2 years ago because I want each and every one of us to be free. I want us to be debt-free. I want us to live the life that we are meant to live, and that means that we have to give out into the world. We have to. When we look at these choices in life, we can't hold back and say there's not enough, so I'm going to keep it for myself because there may be a rainy day. Well, there will be rain. Rain will come. And the thing that will carry us through the storms in life is not the money that we have put away. And put money away, but don't put it away out of fear. But it is the consciousness that we have, that we always have more than enough to do whatever it is we choose to do, and that we have come here to planet Earth for a reason. I think we're all light bearers. I think we're all at the front of the consciousness crusade. I think that we are all wandering into the expanding areas of all of life, shining our light, holding our light high, staying clear about who we are so that we can open up the doors and hold the light for those who follow us. I think we jumped into planet Earth and, we were most of us, the baby boomer generation, and so we were going, oh, gee, all the healthy families are gone. Well, that's okay, I'll take this one. Right? I'll take that one. What was it? Somebody said they used to put the dis in dysfunction and talking about their family. We said we're coming for a reason better than a happy childhood. There's plenty of therapists for us. We're coming for a reason. We've chosen to incarnate on planet Earth for a reason. And I think every time we have an opportunity to give to some kind of higher something, a higher idea, a higher energy, a higher consciousness, then we lift not only ourselves up, but we lift everybody else on the planet up. And I think that that motivation for giving is what makes us have an abundant and prosperous life. If we pull back our love, if we're like the apple tree that it's November and all of the apples have pretty much either been picked or fallen. If we're like the apple tree that says, I grew such a great bounty of apples last season. I came out in the springtime and I made those blossoms and I pulled up all that nutrition from the soil and sent it out to my branches, and I loved those apples, and I brought moisture and put them out in the sunlight and let them sweeten, and they were just perfect. And then someone came along and they ripped every apple away from me. I'll never make apples again. I'll never trust. I'll never love again. I'll never make apples again. What do you call the tree in the orchard that doesn't have apples next year? Dead. It's dead. So if we want to live if we want to live fully, if we want to live in our absolute freedom, then we have to give. We have to give. I love that song. I'm ready to give the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. Ernest Holmes says that each of us incurs a debt with each gift that we have. And the only way to pay off the debt is to give the gift. And not necessarily give the gift if the price is right. Not necessarily give the gift if that person is worthy of receiving our gift. But we give the gift for us. We don't give the gift for other people. We give the gift because giving is good for us. Some people say, I live to give and I give to live. Because in giving, we get to grow more. If we take a deep breath, everybody take a deep breath. Don't give that breath away. Don't give that breath away. Don't let go of it. Hold on to it. There might not be another breath. You can breathe. Do you see how crazy that is? And so if we feel that someone has done us wrong and we choose to give forgiveness, we don't do that for them. We do that for us. We do it so it frees us up, so we've got more energy to love and to grow and expand in life. We give so that we are a better person, so that we have a higher consciousness, so that we have more love in our life, so that we can expand and grow and continue to make more apples and to continue to breathe. We give. Why do we give? We give because we have to give. Because if we don't give, we're going to die. They say that we're either growing or constricting. We're either expanding or contracting. And so if we contract, if we hold on, if we're afraid, if we feel like we've been done wrong and that we're a victim and that things on the outside can hurt us, then we're going to contract. We're going to develop disease. We're going to screw up our relationships. We're going to have doors closed instead of doors open. And we're not going to be happy. And so if we take that and instead of expanding, we go, no, I am a powerful, creative, spiritual being alive and well on planet Earth. I create my reality with my thoughts, my beliefs, my actions, and my words. And I'm going to trust that there is that presence and power within me that is greater than any problem or any circumstance in my life that will carry me through. And I'm going to be the bigger me by giving. Because I have enough to give. I live in an abundant universe where there is more than enough for all. I have more than enough to give. No matter what I'm giving to. No matter who I am giving to whom I'm giving. Doesn't matter. Because I'm not giving to them anyway. I'm giving to me. I'm giving to me to align myself with a greater sense of purpose. I'm giving to me to raise my consciousness into a sense that everyone has more than enough, that everyone is spirit and form. I'm giving to them so that I can see the God in them. That's why we give. We give to make the world a better place to live in. Not just to throw money at things, but we give our attention, we give our time. We have people in this room who tutor children. We give of the gifts that we have. If we don't, we're not going to be able to be in balance. And chances are we're going to lose those gifts. So go ahead and be selfish during this Thanksgiving season. Give for you. Give love, give opportunity, give forgiveness, give money, give a hand, give a shoulder, give a smile. Because it will raise who you are. It will raise you into seeing yourself as someone who has more than enough to take care of everything. I believe that as way showers, we have come to change the consciousness of the entire planet. Not just our little center, not just our little world, our little house, but the entire planet. And I just want you to know that I have this new calling. It came to me when I was at the ministers' gathering in Dallas, and I met with Reverend Alex Escudera, the minister of the Washington, D.C. Center, which I believe is a completely Hispanic, or Latinx is the new word, Latinx center. And we came up with this idea that we can translate books that are in public domain that we already have into Spanish, and that we can move forward into actually translating these talks on our website, so that when someone clicks the Espanol button, here's Barbara Waterhuose or John Waterhouse speaking fluent Spanish. It just may be a little off timing-wise, but it's still us. It's still us doing that. And so I just want you to know that because I don't let much moss grow under my feet, we have our first book in Spanish on our website. And I sent a copy to Alex and said, here it is, it's the first book, please give it away. Give it away to all of the practitioners in South America. Give it away to people who can then give it away, and give it away, and give it away, and give it away, because it's just a little PDF file that holds the key to living the life of our dreams. And it's all about giving what we have. Not giving until we're impoverished, we're not into that, but to give, to give, to give. If you have an opportunity to be generous, take it. You're not being generous to them, you're being generous to you, so that you can stand straight and tall and say, I've got plenty. I've got plenty of time, I've got plenty of attention, I've got plenty of love, I've got plenty of money, I've got plenty of apples that I can give. I can do this, I have a gift. And I'm not gonna wait until I get the right contract. I'm not gonna wait until everything falls into place, that it's all perfect. I'm just gonna start giving my gift. And when we give that gift, something starts to multiply in the world. And before you know it, you have raised yourself up, but you've also raised everyone around you up. And then we raise ourselves up as humanity. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to waste my life on planet Earth by just being a gimme, gimme, gimme person. I'm going to use what I have to give, and to give, and to give, because it's good for me to do that. And I offer you that encouragement. Give and give and give. Whatever it is you have, give it away. Watch it multiply and come back, but that's not why we do it. We do it to give it out, and so it is.
Thank you, Barbara. And thank you all for being here today to hear that brilliant message. Some of you may be here for the first time. If you are, would you be willing to just raise your hand and say hi? Welcome. We're delighted that you're here. We've got some folks in here in the back. Wonderful, wonderful. We're really delighted you're here. Anyone else? Wonderful. Thank you so much for finding your way to our center. What you're receiving is a little card, and if you give us a little information about yourself, we'll gladly share what's going on at our center in a very modest way. We don't inundate you with information, but we would love for you to know what we're doing. We're glad that you found us today. We also have a gift for you at our welcome centers. We'll make sure you get that on the way out. And again, thank you for joining us. It's good to have you all here. So let's have our prosperity acceptors come forward. And I'll collect up these gifts and tithes that have come either in the mail or been dropped off. Or, oh, here's one from John and Barbara Waterhouse. Good. We're going to do a blessing on these, so if you have a gift in your hand, please put it by your heart and know this with me, that this presence, this power, this oneness that we speak of so clearly at Center for Spiritual Living Asheville is the truth of us. It's everywhere and always. It contains all of life, all of form, time, and space. It's all God, including this gift that's in our hands. This symbol of that dynamic flow of spirit in, through, and as our lives. And I know that as we give to this center, that we too are blessed in our giving and in our receiving, because they are intertwined. And by doing this, we support this center in amazing and wonderful ways. And we support our own consciousness in wonderful ways. And we are blessed. And knowing that these things that I say are so, together we're going to repeat our investment affirmation together aloud. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses the world. And so it is.